Today guys, I'm going to be taking you through and showing you the easiest way to solo the Redworm here in Season 6. So maybe if you still need some of those legendary schematics like the Flawless Crystal, the legendary Aether tool, or the Scorcher case, or maybe you just want to challenge yourself and get this thing done solo, we definitely got you guys covered here today. After we're done with the Redworm, we're also going to go over and solo the Season 2 Elder Dark Aether. And at the end of all this, we ended up coming out with some really good loot and some really good schematics. With that, welcome on back to the channel everybody. If y'all don't know, my name is Ghost. Appreciate everybody that stops by the video today. If you're into zombies content or anything Call of Duty, rock the hell out of that like button for me and subscribe to the channel, guys. We're getting closer and closer to 24,000 subscribers every day, and I cannot thank you guys enough for all the love and support. It really does mean a lot to me. I do really like how they ended up spawning the Stormcaller right in front of me where I spawned in. That way I could just go right over, kill him, and I ended up snagging up that skull. That's an easy 5,000. In order to start this thing off, what I like to do is I know where all of these USB locations are going to be at, so I just fly around the map and easily gather these things up. But I'm going to throw up this map up on the screen right here, and if you guys want, the very first thing you're going to want to do is go to one of these 4 locations that show the pictures. What these are going to do is show you the exact locations on where the USBs are going to be located, so if you want to get these a little bit faster, you can just do that. Usually once you get the hang of where these things all are, it's pretty easy just to run around and gather them all up really quick. There's going to be 3 main things that I recommend that you guys bring in here in order to get this fight done solo, and that is going to be the Scorcher case, the VR11, and some golden armor plates. Now the Scorcher is just going to make it really easy for you to fly around and gather up all of those USBs really fast, and if you want to go and do one of the Dark Aethers after you're done with the fight, it's just going to make doing that a lot easier. But if you just want to exfil right after the Redworm fight, the Scorcher isn't really necessary. You can also get away without bringing in the golden armor, but I'm just telling you, trying to pick up plates and plating up all the time manually really sucks during this boss fight. Locating where your ether fractors are going to be and where your boss fight is going to be is pretty easy. You just pull up your tac map and find where the ether storm is, and look just outside of it. You're going to notice that there's 2 ammo stations that are right next to each other. That's where your boss fight's going to be located. Another thing that I would recommend you guys bring in here is at least 3 sentry guns. Now these are just going to be helping keeping a lot of the zombies off of you and just damaging the Redworm ever so slightly. I also brought in a grenade bandolier. Again, not necessary. There's, like I said, these 2 ammo stations that are right here, and you're going to have to be hitting these things to be repairing your gas mask all the time, so you're going to have plenty of decoys. I also brought in a disciple bottle, but I'm not too sure what happened to him. I actually even saved him until I was getting ready to come over to the boss fight, and he somehow died really fast or just glitched out and he just wasn't there anymore. I really don't know what happened to him, which is kind of strange because throughout all of my testings with the disciples so far, those things are usually really tough and they take quite a while for them to die off, so I'm not too sure what happened to this guy. Now your main bread and butter for getting this Redworm fight done is going to be the VR11 still. Now I do believe it has changed a little bit here in Season 6. I don't think it's as powerful as it used to be. I think that they either slightly nerfed the VR11 or they ended up buffing up the Redworm so he wasn't as weak as he was before to the VR11. This fight just kind of felt like it took me a little bit longer than it was before and just was taking a little bit more shots, but at the end of it all, it was still pretty easy. I know that there's some people out there that just might be thinking, well, how do I get all of this stuff so I can even attempt this? Maybe you're still missing like the schematics for the VR11 or the Scorcher or stuff like that. What I'm going to tell you guys is that if you're still starting out like that and you don't really feel comfortable with doing this type of stuff solo, there's definitely no shame in getting a nice big squad of people in order to do this. I mean, you can just type in the chat and usually 9 times out of 10 there'll be plenty of people that'll be willing to join you. To be perfectly honest, I actually find it's harder for me to try to solo the Redworm because a lot of the times whenever I try to end up soloing the Redworm, there's usually people that want to either join the fight or there'll be a few people that are just kind of hovering around the boss fight area, just kind of hoping that somebody's going to, you know, start it. I do gotta kind of apologize to the couple of guys. There was a few guys hanging out around this boss fight here and I was kind of hanging out around the outside waiting for them to leave. So I do apologize, guys. I just wanted to get this video done. If you guys do want to farm up some of these other items to make this easier on yourself, the Dark Aethers are actually free right now, and you can get these acquisitions inside of just the regular Dark Aethers by going into the Season 1 Dark Aether. You can end up getting those golden armor plates. Plus there's a bunch of locked rooms there inside of the Season 1 Dark Aether that have chances of spawning in wonder weapons, and you can either get the VR11 case or the Scorcher case from those. Now you can also go into the Season 2 Dark Aether, which has the VR11 case in it. Plus you got the Act 5 story mission, which has a locked room up there, which has a guaranteed Scorcher case inside of it, which you can farm those up repeatedly and just get a bunch of Scorchers in your stash. If you guys want to know how to do that, I do have a video up on the channel and I will link it down in the description as well. When it comes to actually dealing with the fight itself, the few tips that I can give you guys is 1, never stop moving. I usually always run either clockwise or counterclockwise in a really big circle, and try as much as possible to either be placing yourself on the side or behind the Redworm. If you do find yourself in front of him, try to slide to the side as fast as you can. Always be watching your gas mask. You really don't want that thing to break. Remember, you do have those 2 2 ammo stations that are going to be right there, and it's pretty easy just to time them which one you can hit. There will also be these lightning bolts that are on the ground. Now you don't want to be standing in the area that those pop off, because that can be an instant down for you, and that's never fun. Now, I usually do pretty well on avoiding being picked up into this guy's mouth, but if he does end up picking you up, he can end up spitting you out pretty fast and you can slam on the ground. Just be sure to be spamming your parachute if that does happen to you. And also, if he does end up picking you up inside of his mouth, big pause, but if you shoot inside of his mouth, that is going to damage him quite a bit. Now that I'm looking at the timer here, from the time that Greylorm came out of the ground and from when we killed him, we were at 3 minutes and 22 seconds, which really is not that bad. We have completed this fight solo in just under 3 minutes. Like I said, it does kind of feel like they hit this VR11 with a little bit of a nerf, or they ended up buffing the Redworm a little bit, but it's not too noticeable. Look at that, we ended up getting that Scorcher schematic out of here. Now is when we're going to head on over and complete the Season 2 Reloaded Elder Dark Aether. Inside of there, we not only found one, but we actually got 2 VR11 schematics. I don't know why we would need 2 of them, but we got 2 of them. I think this is definitely hands down the best like weapon or wonder weapon combo that you can have in Modern Warfare Zombies. If you take this combo of weapons, the Scorcher and the VR11, you can do like the boss challenge, the all boss challenge. But if you guys want to complete anything here in Modern Warfare Zombies, whether it be the Redworm boss fight, if you want to do any of the Elder Dark Aethers, I mean, this is the best weapon combo to use. With that, I think I'm going to get out of here. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this down in the comment section. I'm going to be leaving you guys with the rest of the gameplay here. If you want to continue watching that, it would be much appreciated. If not, if you just want to click off the video here, that's cool as well. Thank you guys again for all the love and support. It really does mean the world to me. Be sure to drop a like on the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if anybody is new. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one.